This is a Fjord 44 Coupe. It's an intriguing machine. They build these in Germany, and it's very much your sort of deck saloon, fast commuter, fun boat. Do with it what you will. So if we start at the back, there is a high-low platform on this one, but you'll notice that this whole moulding here has moved back. You can drop that forward, make the cockpit a little bit smaller and have room for a tender, or you can bring it back if you don't want a tender and increase the size of your cockpit. So that's pretty neat. There's also a big sunshade, as you can see, that extends out the back of the overhang. And what they've done with this is, as I say, this moves forward, but this table is offset so that you can swivel it round and it brings it forward so you retain the seating space. Let's go and have a look on the inside first of all. This has got so much glass in here, it's fantastic. You can see that although you're inside, you feel like you're outside. That's rather lovely, and that means of course you can air condition this area or you can heat it depending on what the climate is, and it just gives you that sort of all year round boatability, or all climate boatability. Over on this side there's a small galley area, so you've got your 2-burner hob, you've got your sink. That one there is the fridge, and the others are storage through like that. So these are drawers that pull out, the plates are in there for example. All very nice. There we go. And look at these massive windows. I mean, they are quite literally floor to ceiling. There's an opening one here, so you can get plenty of air through, because of course the back doors slide open as well. You've got glass panels even up in the roof. And that is a huge opening section, alongside a huge opening door. So that all can be closed up if you wanted to. You can have it as we have today on a warm day and get plenty of air through here. Helm is here, you've got the 3 seats, and you drive it actually from the centre. So that's your view out, really big windscreen. And IPS controller on this one, your engine controls, twin Garmin screens, and so forth. So that is the main deck. It's an intriguing looking boat, isn't it? If we head on around here, you can have an opening door on this side as well if you want. This owner preferred to just go for a big glass panel for maximum visibility. But we can step down here now, and that brings us to here. And what you've got basically is just a massive bedroom in here. I mean, it's a brilliant weekender for a couple, because this is the kind of thing you normally get on a much bigger boat, because they've not tried to compromise and stick too much in here. Again, you've got opening window sections on both sides. There's also one at the front. You can see the blind is rolled down over it at the moment. There is storage in places like this and down here, and even tucked away in places like that. So they're really trying to use every part of it. But lovely big floor space down here, and then TV in here, and that is your electrical panels, like so. Now if we press on back a little bit further, what we will find is the heads in here, and there is a separate shower stall as well. Again, it's lovely the way they've done it with these illuminated little sections along here. That looks great. And normally then you'd have a big storage area, but this particular owner has had this fitted out, and it's really just for children because the height in here is not great. But there is a bed that runs across there and another one across there. And it's just a bit more space within the boat. But as I say, you'd normally have that as storage. Pretty cool, huh? Let's head on out. We're going to take a turn around the decks, and then we'll take a look at the engines. I like all these, like these switch panels here, all done in stainless steel. That looks good. So we'll go across here. These are interesting. These are actually fenders, but they're square fenders, so they don't take up quite so much space. There's 3 of them there. And if we step out here, we've got really high bulwarks. These are interesting. These lift up. See if I can make it do it. There we go. Or fold out, I should say. And the idea of this is these are quite popular for super yacht tenders, so that's a way of stepping out onto the mothership. And if we go on forward, there's a massive sunbathing area up here on the bow. And then take a look at this. If we push this button here, anchor hatch open, that does that, and then another button swings the anchor out, so it pivots there. The whole thing comes out, cantilevers over, drops over the front, and then you can drop your anchor. But it means that then when you bring it back in and retract it as it is at the moment and close this down, it's all completely flush. You don't have an anchor hanging over the front of the boat. And in fact, they've gone for a very flush look generally, because look at these cleats, that's popped up to be in use, but when you're not using them, they fold down like this. Let's go right round. That's that big one-piece windscreen. More steps on this side. And these huge glass panels either side of that deck sling. That's that big opening window. We come right back to the cockpit. So the high-low table there. You've got drawer fridges on either side. And if we come round here, the engines are under here. Now, I must apologise in advance because we are at a boat show, so this area has been pressed into use for other bits of equipment, which you'll see in just a moment. I'll lift that one up, you can see all the battery switches in there. And hopefully that'll go up with this. So, yeah, there we go. As I say, we're not going to see very much in here, unfortunately, because it's full of cleaning gear and fenders and all that. But there are a pair of D6 IPS 650 engines. There's one there. And there's another then over on that side. So we can have a little bit of a look. Perhaps not as thorough as we would normally be able to. As I say, we have to compromise a little bit at these shows. Now these engines are giving the boat about a mid 30 knot top speeds, 35, 36 knots, cruising at 25, and about a 200 mile range. And as I say, without the bucket and the fenders in the centre, you can step straight down these steps and straight between them, and the access looks pretty good, but not today. Not to worry, it was good to have a look at the boat anyway. There we go, let's close that down. Let's close that one down. And that's about it. Let's come back up here. That is the Fjord 44 Coupe. Now they do an open version of this as well, so if you don't want all this deck saloon area, you can go for an open boat and get that wind in your hair experience. And in fact, I can show you one. There we go. There it is. Straight over there, so that is the alternative version of it. So that's it, a quick look at the Southampton Boat Show. Many thanks to Inspiration Marine, they organised this tour. I'll put a link to those guys in the description, and many thanks as ever to you guys for watching. We'll catch you on another one of these very soon. Take care, bye bye.